Well, it's been a couple of years since I built my original Moco rig, and of course, that went through like 3 iterations of its own. And while that rig was phenomenal and I enjoyed using it a lot, and it did give you the ability to kind of put the camera wherever you wanted it really easily, but it lacked kind of reach, and it also, because of its configuration, didn't work as well with virtuals in Dragon Frame. So I decided to do an upgrade. That means going back to a jib style rig, which I originally built, but built it too small and too weak, and really didn't have the wherewithal that I do now to make a rig that's a little more robust and a little tighter. So that's what we did, is we built a new rig. One of the other things we found on the old rig was I'd used a lot of 3D printed parts, like the head assembly and stuff, all this stuff up here. Now there's only just one little 3D printed pulley for the pan. That over time, between hot, cold, starts to warp, and tension also. The plastic starts to deform a bit, so you get worse and worse performance over a long period of time. I didn't really see any of that in my rig, but I just felt like it was time to replace it all with aluminum and steel rather than a bunch of 3D printed parts, even though that very technology enabled me to build the thing in the first place. I never would have been able to do it until, much more recently, when I acquired enough tools, knowledge, experience to be able to build it this way. Were some mistakes made?
No, sir, I don't like it.
Well, yes. Yes, they were. And here you can see the difference in reach between the old rig and the new rig. It's much, much better. It used to be that I would always end up trying to arm out as far as possible, but it wasn't big and heavy enough to have the kind of extended reach that I wanted. So I'd end up seeing the rig itself with the camera. So that was always a problem. A couple of times I actually built it into whatever set that I was shooting. So that was an important factor. And while we're on the subject, I really don't like wiring. Not at all. No.
What's going on? Changed, y'all. This is no different than yesterday.
My creation!
Oh, I'm a dumbass. I need to turn on the DNC.
I'm alive. It's alive.
So it's important in motion control that your moves are repeatable for VFX work, for multi-pass work of any kind, whether it's lighting or addition of certain effects. You want to be able to know that the camera's in the exact same place every frame on all of those passes. So we always do a difference pass, which shows you the difference between two different passes. If it's completely black, then that means there's no change in any of the pixels. So what we do is we shoot 2 takes or 3 takes, depending, and layer them on top of each other and then do what's called a difference pass, and that'll tell you how good your rig's performing. And this one did quite well with the stop motion, but less so than with the live action, which is understandable and to be expected with a rig like this. It's not a big, heavy rig like a Bolt.
It's multi-pass.